In this video, I'm gonna show you the techniques I used for launching one of the largest healthcare campaigns in probably, I don't wanna say history, but at the time, it was the biggest campaign we launched back there for a healthcare company that you might not know about, but probably your grandparents use. And this was the techniques we used in audience building so that we made sure everyone saw these ads, and I was able to manage around a couple $1 million in a span of a couple months to make sure everyone that we wanted would basically hop in to this healthcare company. Obviously, I can't name them for privacy reasons, of course. And we had a record year actually, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I did in order to make sure we built out the best audiences inside Facebook. And I'm gonna jump in and show you everything behind the scenes inside of my Facebook Business Manager that you can see behind my face. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Augusto, and I help online coaches and consultants scale with the AVX system and by implementing what I like to call the ad renaissance system and model, which is pretty sick. But if you wanna learn more about that, just go and watch the it's called pin video. The pin video in my channel. I basically lay it out all there for you. I show you everything on how to make sure that you can scale your business. So without further ado, let's just jump in. And this is gonna be a shorter video. I wanna be just super value packed on how to do this. So obviously, if you don't know how to get here, go to audiences and then click create audience and then click saved audience. And Facebook is gonna give you basically this view. Now, before I go into depth into this stuff, I want to make sure you understand a couple things. One of the things people don't understand or don't think it's important is the audience name. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you this. If you stick to the end, I'm going to share with you one of my biggest 2024 Facebook predictions that I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So I'll share that with you so that you make sure you're already ahead of the curve if you're running ads or thinking of running ads for your coaching company. So as I was saying, the audience name is really important, but I like to do that until the end. And what I'm going to show you here is a technique that I like to call audience bucketing. I know that sounds weird, but imagine a bucket. That's literally what we're going to do. So because it's an easy example for me to talk about, I'm going to talk about basically if you're an online fitness coach and you are promoting a lead magnet for people to download because you help busy entrepreneurs get in shape by training 3 days a week or something like that. So if you're running some sort of offer like that, then you're in for a treat because I'm gonna give you literally everything I would do if I was running ads for you. Okay, so first things first, and then again you can just do the same thing with any other offer. So I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger now because I want to say something that's super important. So in this video, this helps any other industry. It doesn't have to be fitness, but if you're a dating coach, a finance coach, a mindset coach, this technique will help you create audiences that are going to be incredible for your business. So first things first, obviously if you're in the US, a good standard industry standard is that you also select Canada just because. So I like doing that. So you select Canada and then just select there. And here obviously you can see the estimated audience size, which we'll talk about that too, like what's the range that you want to be in, obviously. So select the age. So if you're somebody that's helping out entrepreneurs and you feel like nobody above the age of 45 is an entrepreneur, then do 45. Age 20 if you want to, 21, 22, whatever. So let's say 21. And you're helping both men and women, so select all basically. Then languages, what I like to do here and what I did with that other with that campaign I talked about for that healthcare company was, if we're targeting English speaking people, then you have to select English and select English all. Now if you're somebody that has a little bit more budget, then you can also select the United Kingdom, which is also something that we use if we're targeting English speaking countries. But again, if you're based in the US and Canada, is fine, it's whatever. So after this is where the magic happens. Now, huge disclaimer, and part of the prediction that I'm going to talk about. Detailed targeting is going to be less and less important as time goes by. The reason is Facebook is more Facebook is way smarter than you are and than me, obviously. So they collect a lot of data points, a lot, like millions of data points that they use to make sure they target the right people with ads. I mean, the main goal of Facebook is to make sure you're in their applications, in their software, in their platform. So they're not gonna show you, they're not gonna serve you an ad that has nothing to do with the things that you've liked in the past. So they are getting smarter. So the way they target people is getting better by removing the amount of interest, behaviors, stuff like that. And eventually they do something called contextual targeting, which basically means they take all the data points in your ads, so your copy, your video, because they actually run that through AI or whatever, your copy, your video, your headline, your page, your landing page. They use all those data points to make sure they read through, they scrape all of that information, and they use that to target people as well. So you are seeing now more and more how Facebook is adopting broad targeting, they're adopting advantage targeting, and they're adopting less and less of this view. So when you're in the ad set view and you're selecting targeting, they by default they take this off, and you have to say I want the old way of targeting, because they're getting better. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about here is detailed targeting. I want to make sure you don't go crazy on this, because you don't have to go crazy on this, but you want to have different buckets. So again, if you're a fitness coach, and as a fitness coach, you talk about mindset, you talk about health, you talk about weightlifting. Now what you could do is bundle all of those interests in one, which could work. But if you have higher budget and you want to test out different audiences, different buckets, you could do that as well, and just separate basically weightlifting as an interest. And then I'll show you a trick that's pretty cool. And then you do like health, wellness as another bucket. And then lastly, do mindset as a last bucket. And then you test all those three different audiences inside a campaign. And you could do ABO or CBO. That's what they used to call it back in the day. And now it's like advantage budget optimization or something like that. But again, people who haven't been running ads for a while, they have no idea what I'm talking about. So that's something to look for if you're looking for somebody that's knowledgeable about running ads, and they've been running ads for years like I have, and I've spent millions of dollars in ads. These are the type of things that you have to pick on, okay? So let's just say you are a fitness coach again, and then you want to target people who, are interested in CrossFit, people who are into weightlifting, into powerlifting, all that stuff. So you got employers, interest, employers. You don't want to target employers. Again, if you see to the right, it says size 1,000 people. Like, you wouldn't want that. 7,000 people, that's way too small. So you want to look into interest or behaviors. So CrossFit interest, 340 million people. That's cool. We select that. Now what happens is you can click suggestions, and then Facebook is going to start spitting out suggestions that you can use. So you got physical exercise, strength training, bodybuilding, running, health and wellness. That's the one we're going to do for another bucket. But let's do weight training. And then let's hit suggestions again and see what Facebook spits out for us. So we got health and wellness, again, not that one. Olympic weightlifting, let's do that. So maybe entrepreneurs who are interested in CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting, stuff like that. Kettlebell is also a good one. A lot of kettlebell movement. Deadlift for sure. And then let's do one more. You don't want to go super crazy. Again, Facebook is really good at this, guys. So let's do protein. Just for the heck of it, let's do protein. Now, if we scroll up, we see that our audience size is about, on average, 65 million people. That's super solid. And like I said, and again, in the beginning, the audience name is super important, because we want to make sure we differentiate this. We have without having to go in the audience, see what we did before. So we do something like fitness, and then the age is 21 to 45, US and Canada, and then we do CrossFit interest, and we save that. Perfect. Now we check again. Let's say make sure it's all good. This seems pretty good. Again, you don't want to go super crazy, guys. This is enough. This is a great range that you want to be into. And if you're doing ABO, ad set budget optimization, and you want to test audiences, you want to make sure it stays around the same range, or else Facebook is going to pick the biggest audience and spend more money there. But if you're doing, sorry, that was for CBO. If you're doing ABO, the audience size doesn't really matter. ABO being ad set budget optimization, but if you're doing campaign budget optimization, you want to make sure the audiences are about the same size. All right, so the other bucket that we talked about was wellness. So if we actually go here, we see that this is actually one of the interests. And as you go through the first bucket, you're going to see ideas for the second one. So I think this was around, that's for the third bucket, which is mindset, right? So health and wellness, whatever, let's just do it again. I want to show you. So again, we go up here, we just say you save this audience and then you do a new one. So that's how you save it. Obviously you click save. So again, we start from scratch. We do health and wellness. Health and wellness, personal care. Fitness and wellness. I like fitness and wellness better. So let's do that. And then suggestions. We're doing that one. We're doing this is a good one for the mindset one. And then we do healthy habits. Pretty broad, which is good. We go up. That's really broad, 100 million people. Then maybe let's add another one. Organic product, that's a good one. And then one last one, organic foods, sure. So that's kind of like health and wellness. Let's do natural foods. I think that's a good one. Pretty good. I think that's more than enough. 106 million, that's a good one if you're doing ad set budget optimization. So again, we do the same naming convention, but we do health and wellness. And then boom, you save it, you go on to the next one. The next one is a different bucket. It's all under fitness. So fitness, it's CrossFit, I think that's the first one. The second one, health and wellness, and the third one is going to be mindset. So we do mindset, and then we scroll down. You save that from the last one, and then in this one, we're basically going to do well-being. I think that's the one I saw. Well-being psychology, perfect. And then we do suggestions: quality of life, self-esteem, happiness is good, motivation, that's an awesome one for fitness, self-love, whatever, self-care. That's like mindset. Boom, 85 million people. Amazing. I can't spell. Mindset. And that's it, guys. That's how you do bucketing, audience bucketing. And now you can have one solid campaign, ABO, ad set budget optimization, because one of the audiences was 100 million people. Because if you do CBO for that one, most of the budget is going to go towards that because it's more people. So that's it, guys. That's basically the strategy I used for one of the biggest campaigns I ran when I was doing ads for very, 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 very big companies. Again, this campaign helped me help spend about couple $1 million on them on this healthcare campaign, whatever it was, and it was extremely successful. And this same audience bucketing technique helps smaller ad accounts that spend $10,000. A previous other consulting client of mine spending about $80,000. We did the same, but we did lookalikes as well, and it works. It really works. So if you want to implement that on your ads, go for it. This really works. It's incredible. And then my prediction is that this is going to be less and less and less important as we go in 2024. Contextual targeting is really going to take over, and what matters is going to be the context of your ads, your page, etc. And lastly, if you want to learn more about what we do at AVX and how I help other coaches like you scale and grow their business by doing a lot of things, ads are really just a small section of this, guys. Really, really small. But this is my strong suit, and amongst other things, because again, I've helped companies scale tremendously and spend a lot of money on ads successfully, and I myself have managed more than $20 million on ads. If you want to learn more, in the bottom, in the description below, I'm gonna drop a link to my Instagram. So if you have any questions, just shoot me a DM on Instagram, and check the video that's pinned in my channel. God, I literally distill everything. I think it's like a 30-minute video, and it goes through all of my program. I show you inside of my program as well. And yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message below, And if you like this, you've watched this far, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And make sure you check the other trainings in my channel because they're really, really good. So I'll see you in the next one.